Good morning, everyone. Happy Vlogmas Day 15. My name is Karina, and I'm headed out to the barn to feed the horses. I don't know if you can see the stars in the sky. So it means it's not raining. I live in the Pacific Northwest, which is why rain is a major topic for me. It is Friday morning, about 6 a.m. Friday's my day off, so I am a little bit later than I come out Monday through Thursday to feed. Not too much though. So the horses aren't suffering. They probably still have hay left in their stalls. Not that they're in their stalls right now. Coming up to the creek. We'll say as soon as I stepped outside, it's a little bit smoky. Yesterday I mentioned that there's some slash burning. There's been some land clearing just to the north of us. There's a neighbor's house. There's the creek, the pool, the creek, towards the house side, the upstream side. There's the house, the Christmas tree. And not only has there been some land clearing and slash burning, there has also, a lot of people are burning wood stoves for heat, including us. So pardon me if I cough a little bit. I've noticed it with the air quality being what it is lately. I've noticed a little bit of a dry cough. Up at the barn, don't see the horses yet. As predicted, they are not in their stalls. They're probably, oh yeah, I just see eyeballs back there on that north fence line near the trees. So at the barn, I am going to get to feeding. I'm filling up water buckets at the round pen because I have a lesson with Odin today, and Bragi is going to hang out in the round pen while I take Odin over to a friend's house to use the arena. So I feed him and give him water in here, even though we're only going to be gone for a couple hours. So, but I wanted to share the view with you. I think I've shown this before. So there's the house across the creek. Here are my manure piles that are covered in plastic so that they can turn into excellent garden compost. And then here is the east side of the barn with all the wood. And this is the north side of the barn. And I don't know if you can see Odin in his stall eating. Yeah, it's a cozy place. Big trees. I turned off the yard light, so can't really see the yard, but that's their turnout area. Just check on this water. Looks like it's getting close. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the knitting portion of my podcast. It's about 8:30 a.m. I have finished running errands. I have my warmed up Starbucks peppermint mocha with only 1 squirt of peppermint syrup because I don't like it too sweet. I mean, I don't mind a little sweet. I could probably even go with just a half. The horses have been let out of their breakfast pens, and in a couple hours, yeah, probably 2 hours, I will go get Odin. Actually, the order that things need to go is that I will work with Bragi a little bit in the round pen, leave him in the round pen with some hay, and then Odin and I will walk up to the front and get in the trailer and then go to my friend's house and have a writing lesson. For today's knitting segment, I have no hand knitted objects on. I am in my barn clothes and will remain in my barn clothes until I get back this afternoon, and then I will probably put on something then. Not sure if I'm going to video then after the lesson. I will think about that. Maybe talk about my lesson a little bit and talk about what we did and kind of what we're doing. So stand by for that. Knitting. I did work on Arne and Carlos stocking this morning. So I think I'm on day 7. Yes, I'm a little bit behind. Using the colors as recommended, Norwegian wool, using the recommended needle size. I have Jadawoo red lace, US size 4. You can see the hearts and the patterns. The next section is green, and then I do the heel. So this is fun. This is actually a fun knit, and each day is supposed to be 6 rounds. I obviously am not keeping up. I guess that's what happens when you need to spend 10 hours of your day working, and then, you know, the rest of the things that have to happen during a day, like feeding yourself and bathing and taking care of horses and stuff like that. So it ends up being quite a full day. Usually, sometimes I can knit during a Zoom meeting if I don't have to be presenting or prepared to discuss something, but that kind of hasn't been happening lately. I have been highly engaged in my Zoom meetings, so I don't knit during those. The other project that I'm working on is the K. Jones sock knit along with the Nutcracker theme, and I am using their 3 colors. I have done kept color 1 identical and then swapped color 2 and color 3 for each sock. So this one seems a little bit brighter, and this is the one that I hadn't originally started with color 2 as this gold color. The next section came out this morning, so I need to print that off. I've done the heel turn and the gusset decreases. Interestingly, this one sock the gusset decreases went a lot faster. I'm not sure what I think about that. I will have to try them on and see. It probably feels pretty good around the arch of my foot. But I will try these on after I start the next section, which apparently is another stripy section. So, and I don't remember which color she starts with. Maybe color 2. So this one will be the blue and gold, and this one will be yeah, okay. So blue and gold and gold and blue. So same configuration as these stripes here. Jadawoo red lace, size 0 needles, and I cast on 56 stitches. I have kind of long, narrow feet, and my gauge is a little bit on the loose side. Part of that, I think, is because I knit left-handed, so the stitches are bigger. Part of that is, I don't know, maybe I just knit bigger. That's the knitting portion. I have 2 other projects that I'm working on that are kind of in repose right now. The Tellybeans Shawl using an Advent bouquet of 24 minis. I am picking basically the pink and cream colors out of that. One clue is released every day. Since today's a day off for me, I may get a chance to work on that. And then I am also working on a winter motif colorwork scarf by Pacific Knits Co., a local Seattle designer. That I will probably have that one finished by, I don't know, June. it'll be ready for the next season. So, Advent unwrapping, getting close to the end of the Scrappy Exchange that was organized by the Crayabea, a prolific knitwear designer from Edinburgh. I should have my glasses on because I won't be able to read what the yarn is. So yeah, this was a Scrappy Exchange. It's been fun. Oh, I got another prize, another goodie. Ooh, pumpkin waffle cone. Isn't that fun? So, white chocolate waffle cone bar, gluten-free and vegan. Hopefully there's no almonds in it because I am allergic. I am gonna have to order stuff from them. So, got applesauce. I don't see any nuts, so that's good. And then look, kind of a pumpkin spice little hank of yarn. So this is Capella Luna Fibers, I think. Blood Moon. Ooh, 100% merino, and it is DK. Isn't that pretty? I love that. That is the color of a blood moon. So that'll be a fun stripe in a DK weight something or another that I make. So I have 2 more of those left. I'm gonna probably stretch those out as far as opening them because it's 2 weeks until Christmas. So I may open them as the same pace that I open the Legacy Fiber Artz, their weekly advent. So just as a reminder, or if you're new here, and if you are, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. You will have seen this before. This was the first week. This is Twinkle's Tea House sock set. It is a 50-gram skein, which is enough for me to make a pair of socks, with a 20-gram mini. So actually, this might go well in my shawl. And then the second week was the Gingerbread Inn, another micro sock set. You can tell I'm from the Pacific Northwest. Starbucks, Microsoft, and Amazon are all local companies to us here. But I love this color. This is so pretty. I'm not sure. Well, I'm just really gonna have to ponder that. So here is week 3. I don't know if I'm gonna make socks. I'm not making a lot of socks these days because the small needles kind of hurt my left thumb is a little crabby. Part of it is that I use this thumb for wielding a pitchfork for picking up manure every day, twice a day. So I just need to be very careful with my hands. I do some yoga and understand there are definitely some ways to help your hands by doing yoga. Ooh, look at this, string lights. This is very pretty. It's got some sparkle in it. That's very pretty. I could wind off like 10 grams of this and put it in my shawl that is going to be pink. So that is the Advent part of it, the Advent opening. I got a little snack to enjoy, which is fun. My sister sent the box of her Christmas box to us, and we got it yesterday, and it is full of cookies and wonderful sweets. So 'tis the season for hibernation and, you know, putting on your winter weight, hopefully within reason, so that when the winter season's over, it's pretty easy to go back to our normal weights. At least that's how I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to fret about it too much. You know, as long as I'm still healthy and can get around okay, and my horse is happy carrying me, I'm really not going to worry about it. Odin is a big horse. He is over 1,200 pounds, so he can easily carry someone my size, or even he could probably even carry a large man. He might protest, but he could do it. He has that kind of drafty stock to him. So, but it's important for me to be strong enough for him to, you know, have good core strength and balance, so that I am easier to carry. I can move with him rather than being a, you know, a sack of potatoes on him. That is all I have for now. So perhaps I'll see you this afternoon. If not, you'll see a picture of some of the critters with a see you tomorrow on it. So in any event, I'll see you later.
Jag började gråta när jag läste det. Jag tror att jag var lite trött och känslosam just den dagen. Men det var verkligen vackert beskrivet. Så att den här boken är jag så glad för. Och jag hoppas att många kan få njuta av allt det fina som den förmedlar. Men nu så ska du få följa med mig och alla.
Good afternoon. I wanted to close out Vlogmas Day 15 with just a little update on some more knitting, which I will get to, and my lesson on Odin that I described. Harley, one of the kitties, is cutting a shine right now, so you may hear him. First of all, I'll talk about the knitted item I am wearing. So this is just a little neck kerchief, I guess. It's an item I knitted quite a few years ago. It came from a Jimmy Beans wool kit. I subscribed to like their little monthly mini projects some years ago. It actually might be easier if I just take it off and show you. But it's just a triangle out of these different yarns. It was really my first experience knitting something that started with I think this started with a garter tab, and then had like this straight line down the middle. At least that's the way I think it went. That's what it looks like. So the fun thing about these is that you just got a really nice sampler of different yarns to play with, and I never went back and bought any of the yarns, and in fact I still have several of the kits that I haven't knitted up yet. They make good gifts. I knit my mom a mug cozy once that she still uses quite a lot. Has her initial on it. That was fun. I've got one on the needles right now, but I haven't worked on it in quite a while. It's a little soap holder, which is nice because I think you could use it as almost like a scrubby, like when you're in the shower, or, you know, hand washing. You know, if you're like me, your hands get really dirty, and you may need just some roughage when you wash hands in order to really get them clean, rather than just doing some soap and water, because I get some embedded dirt in my hands from gardening and from the horses too. I don't know that I have a pattern link to this. I will put the Jimmy Beans wool link in the website. So Harley's chasing a bug, and it's kind of distracting and funny at the same time. Today was a gorgeous day, so I took Odin to my friend's house. She has an arena, and I met my trainer there, and we just did some really basic work with Odin, because he really hasn't been in work in quite a long time. I do trail riding with him, which is work. I mean, especially going up and down hills and stuff like that, but he hasn't really been in any arena work in quite a long time, and it's just a different kind of work. I mean, I guess you could think of it as like going to the gym and doing specific weightlifting or maybe core exercises or stuff like that, versus going out and doing a nice long hike or bike ride or something like that. That's how I would compare those two things. So it's just a little bit different, and he performed marvelously. I started out on him just in the bareback pad, And then my trainer wanted to see him move under saddle. Part of that was I can certainly walk and trot with a bareback pad. Wasn't sure how confident I'd feel cantering under the bareback pad. You know, it's especially a horse that isn't particularly balanced yet because they don't have the strength to be balanced. So it was a good suggestion, and with the saddle I can use the stirrups as part of my balance. And he just did really well. We worked on some lateral movements and some shaping and some bending and some giving, and it's really kind of like yoga for horses in a way. It can be pretty intense. Doing some of that, like for instance, if you're not particularly used to side bends or something like that, or just moving in a lateral, maybe I could think of it more as like a dancing. If you're not used to moving in a sideways fashion or something like that, it just takes different muscles for the horse, and it also takes different muscles for me too, because I have to give him the cues with my seat bones and my legs and stuff like that. So but he was really responsive. He seemed like he was really happy, and we did get canter on the correct leads in both directions. It's easier for him on the left. He's a little bit more flexible on that side. Horses are one-sided just like humans are, and he's a little bit more flexible on his left side. I too am more flexible on my left side because I am right hand dominant, so that's my strong side and probably not quite as bendy. I don't know if that part is true for horses, but nevertheless, they have a dominant side, a side where things are easy and a side where things aren't so easy. So yeah, left lead canter went marvelously, and we tried right lead canter, and we had to do that. It was me and Odin. And that's also my less certain side, giving the cues. So we had to try a couple times, but he did it, and he was just really game. So I'm super happy, looking forward to some of the more lessons that we will have in the future, be after the holidays. And I will be sure to keep you posted on that. In the meantime, my trainer has given me some instructions on some things I can work on with him here at home in the round pen, and also out on the trails. And I am going on a trail ride tomorrow with a couple friends. Pardon me while I sip some tea. It was just really fun, and I feel really jazzed about this, and I'm just happy that he's happy and he's game to do this work with me. Bragi, he's just such a darling. He's really a puzzle. He gets upset when we leave, which is not surprising. I have not had the opportunity to take Bragi away from Odin for a few hours, and I imagine Odin would start to kind of wonder and worry after a while. It would take him a while to notice. But Bragi was really glad to see us, and we played the cone game a little bit, where he could stand by the cone and wait for me to open the gate, and then I released him from the exercise. But he was really cute. It was like he had to go back, even though I said release. That's a cue I give. And I walked out of the round pen. He went back to the cone and checked in with it. It was my heart. Anyway, they're just animals are really great when you have a sense of communication with them. On that note, I will, I brought up the wrong pattern. So I was going to show you the shawl, but I brought up the scarf, and this is a colorwork scarf. I just really haven't made much more progress on it. So if you haven't seen it before, you can see the first row of motif are reindeer, really cute. The second motif are snowman, but hard to tell because I haven't gotten very far. I'm going to end this podcast here and say see you tomorrow for day 16 Thanks for sticking around. I know it gets really difficult to keep up with Vlogmas this time of year. I am behind. So far, I've been keeping up with the Bakery Bears and the Crazy Sock Lady. And other than that, I will catch up in January with the other ones. So I bid you a fond farewell and see you tomorrow.